Now, folks, you got third-party candidates out there like Robert F. Kennedy. He's upset today because he's not included in any of the two presidential debates that Joe Biden and Donald Trump have agreed to. And what have I said to y'all repeatedly? When you got these black conservative grifters out here, just let them keep talking, and they're going to tell you exactly what they're trying to do. So here's Angela Stanton King. Remember I had her crazy ass on the show? She's hardcore anti-choice, anti-gay. She went to prison for being involved in a theft ring. She's loud, overbearing, and ignorant. Well, yeah, I said that, and along with that fool Vernon Jones. So listen to this conversation where she talked about why she's working for Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
My fear is that they're going to stop at nothing to keep Trump from winning. And I don't want to just give it over to Joe Biden. If for some reason we see another 2020, we need to have another option. And I think that RFK may be that. So that's kind of like where I'm at. I love Trump. My Republicans friends that have supported me so much, I love them too. But even sometimes when it comes to the Republican Party, we've seen where the Republican Party didn't even stand behind Trump. And I am so afraid. I'm really afraid for President Trump, right? Because I know how tough he is. And they're afraid that if he gets in, he's going to completely destroy him. And we know our guy, and we know he is not going to play. So I don't know. I want us to have another option. Like, my community has to have another option besides Joe Biden. I love them both very dearly. A Trump-Kennedy ticket would mean the world to me because they're both guys that have shown me that not only do they care for me, but they care for my community. So for me, it's the winning ticket. Like, I don't lose either way, right? If Trump or Kennedy gets in, I don't lose either way. But for both of them to get in, to me, that would be a dream come true. And I don't know what those guys are doing. Trump hasn't picked a VP yet. And I'm thinking, like, Trump still may want to, if Trump got in and Kennedy didn't, Trump still may want to pull Kennedy and make him, the director of health administration. Like, there are just so many options here, but I don't think that the Kennedy campaign and the Trump campaign are enemies. Right? I don't think so. We all want to liberate our country, and maybe we're going two different ways about it, but we're all about America, and we know that it's us against the Democrats. Either way it goes, it's the Republicans and the independents against the Democrat Party, and we've got to all unite, right? My fear is that they're...
So what you got to understand here, we'll pull the panel up now, so we know what the real deal is. The bottom line is, what folk like Angela Stanton King want black folks to do, Robert, they want them to get sucked into supporting the anti-vaxxer Robert F. Kennedy, the same Robert F. Kennedy who don't give a damn about the Palestinian people, and the same Robert F. Kennedy who frankly has said some absolutely crazy and outrageous stuff. And listen, if you putting yourself in the same sentence with Donald Trump, you damn sure ain't good for black folk.
Well, I find it interesting, and Angela's a friend of mine also, but just to fully disclose, but I think that if you think about the constituency of an RFK, that he hurts Trump far more than Biden. If you're somebody who believes that Fauci should be arrested, you drink Monster Energy drinks every day, you have a live free or die tattoo somewhere on your body, you listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, 24/7, that's a Trump voter. And anywhere that Robert Kennedy is on the ballot, he's going to be pulling those votes away from Trump. Other than the Kennedy family name, that we've already seen the entirety of the living Kennedys disavow his candidacy, I'm not quite sure how exactly him being on the ballot would hurt Joe Biden. If anything, he'd be pulling those kind of conspiratorial votes, those far friend votes away from President Trump. And you've even seen President Trump tweeting to Republicans saying not to support Kennedy because he fears that it will be coming directly from his base. So if you're somebody who supports, worms in the brain, eating little pieces of it, I don't think you're going to be on board to vote for the Democratic agenda regardless. And so I think that this may be a situation where you're hoisted by your own petard, where they're attempting to do 3D chess to hurt Biden, but they end up actually hurting Trump.
I'm laughing here, Rebecca, because somebody else posted this. I guess Angela was on some Spaces or whatever. She out of space, and was whining and complaining because she was desperately trying to get a job with the Trump campaign, but they wouldn't hire her. And they kept making excuses. And then this is the line right here. If you want to understand how all these folks are crazy, her included, Robert's friend, King met RFK Jr. through her really good friend, Dr. Simone Gold, convicted insurrectionist, Mike Flynn's Reawaken America Tour fellow speaker and anti-vax COVID propagandist. Then she said, King switched her voter registration to independent because being a Republican was affecting her tax-exempt anti-choice organization, and it was, quote, hurting her brand. Oh, but I thought you were a person of conviction. And then again, she complained that, again, Trump wouldn't hire her. I kept saying, King repeatedly reached out to the Trump campaign asking to be paid as a consultant. I kept saying, hey guys, I really would love to work for Trump and help him with his black engagement, but I was shut out. First of all, girl, ain't no black people listening to your ass. But then she goes on this Spaces, after 45 days of the back and forth with the Trump campaign, King accepted RFK Jr.'s offer. So basically she admits to being a grifter.
I mean, no offense to Robert and little friend. I can't take her seriously. Like, Roland, I know you don't like covering Real Housewives on your show, but I can't take her seriously ever since the Real Housewives of Atlanta scandal that she had with Phaedra Parks, right? She is somebody who just shows up every once in a while to figure out what is the latest grift, how can she make money, how can she get some type of media attention, because unfortunately for people like her, any attention is good attention, and that's what she's trying to get here. Here's the bottom line. I don't know any black people who's going to listen to Angela Stanton on who she's voting for, who she's supporting, and whatever her strategy that she think is strategy, even though we all know that is not strategy. I mean, this is a bunch of nothing. Like, she could just go on just like her non-best-selling book.
But what kills me are these grifters who love to try to talk about, so-and-so on the plantation, so-and-so this, so-and-so that. Jolanda, she kissed more Trump ass than anybody else in Black America for 4 years, and the man still wouldn't hire her.
That was a lot of ass, Roland.
And let me tell you this. You said no offense to Robert. Oh, yeah, I take offense to it. Because these are the kind of black people
I'm gonna leave my friend
that
alone.
Trump and Kennedy pick. Buffoons. I mean, she's like 2.0 of, was it Silky and whatever those idiots were. I mean, why is it that people like Trump and people like Kennedy take idiot black people? They don't take black people with brains who are smart, who are accomplished. And when she's talking about her people, who the hell are her people? I mean, they ain't me, right? I'm speaking Ebonics because, I mean, would you take me seriously if I sounded like that, sounded like her? And basically, she wants a Trump Kennedy ticket. Are you smoking crack? I've got clients who smoke crack and they think better than her. Right? So anyone who thinks that having her on their campaign is going to help them with black people is going to lose. And white people, pay attention. Black people who vote don't talk about things like her. They don't present like her. We don't take her seriously. But what that tells me about Trump and Kennedy is you don't respect us. That woman is not a role model for any of us. And she's an idiot. She doesn't speak intelligently. Quite frankly, I'm offended. And Roland, if this weren't so serious, it would be a joke.
Yeah.
She's a joke to
Listen,
black people.
I remember when I had her on the show, she was loud wrong constantly. But here's the whole thing that's a trip to me. I know a lot of black conservatives who are 2 and 3 and 4 generation. They don't listen to folk like her. I'm telling you, I've talked to real black conservatives. They know she grifting, Candace Owens grifting, Brandon Tatum grifting, Maz Teray. They know all them fools grifting. They ain't got no impact on policy whatsoever. I don't know if they can spell policy. And so that's what you got going on. So I laugh at them. And so she's always trying to take shots at me on social media, along with that fool, Vernon Jones, who was out there crowd surfing with the Trump people. And you know, he got served. He was so dumb. He tried to run for governor. They told him to sit his ass down. Then he ran for Congress as a Republican. I don't know if that boy got more than 4,000. I don't know if he got 3,000 votes. He got more. I mean, I think I blocked more people on Twitter than he actually got in votes. But that's what they do. So he's still out there, you know, kissing Trump. And then he was running around with Giuliani when Giuliani was on trial for dissing them 2 black women. And that's why his punk ass got to pay $138 million. See, if you got Vernon Jones on your legal team, your ass going to jail. I'm just saying.
I wanted the people of Baltimore to hear it from me. I have done nothing wrong.
But I see that what you are trying to do is destroy this black woman for doing her job.
I have heard your calls for no justice, no peace. However, your peace is sincerely needed as I work to deliver justice on behalf of Freddie Gray.
Maryland was a force to be reckoned with. I was assuming this was all because of Freddie Gray, but it actually is much deeper than that.
Baltimore's top prosecutor, a woman named Marilyn Mosby, was indicted yesterday in the Eastern District of Maryland for perjury. Couldn't help but think about Donald Trump.
This is what you gotta deal with when you are a black woman fighting for just causes in America.
Yeah, but just taking on the police, period. She's stepping on their toes.
They want to cross her out of the system so she can't stand up for the preacher. Reached in the pool and grabbed me and pulled me out.
Imagine if this were you. You would want people to stand in your corner.
I lost my car, I lost my job, I lost my marriage, and I almost lost my mind for a little while.
It's just so much right now, Lord, and I'm just saying, why are you putting all of this on me? I'm about to break.